Hello, America. It's Tom Shillue. I'm getting ready for the Tom Shillue Show. We debut on Monday, July 10th. Let's take a look at the studio. Is this a microphone? I better get used to this stuff because I'm now a radio professional. So I guess I talk into that. Look at this. We got graphics. It's the Tom Shillue Show. Look at that. That's a microphone coming apart. And there I am. Did you see my face? It's real, guys. I'm doing this. It's going to be like, welcome to the Tom Shillue Show. Something like that. Maybe I can grab one. What can I say? It's going to be callers. I'm going to be talking to America. I'm going to be taking your calls. This is my big opportunity. In television, it's one-dimensional. I don't get to hear from you. So the show's going to be about me. It's going to be about you. It's going to be about America. See you Monday.
Exploring topics big and small with fun and insight. It's the Tom Shillue Show.
Boy, oh boy. It is the Tom Shillue Show. Tom Shillue. Back with the Tom Shillue Show. Tom Shillue, back with the Tom Shillue Show. Welcome. This is Tom Shillue, and welcome to the Tom Shillue Show. That is right. Tom Shillue is here with the Tom Shillue Show. Yes, it is Tom Shillue. Tom Shillue. Back with the Tom Shillue Show. Tom Shillue, welcoming you to the Tom Shillue Show. Hooray! It's the Tom Shillue Show. I'm Tom Shillue. Tom Shillue. Here with Pat Dixon and Jamie LaBella. Okay, start talking.
Hey, Pat.
I mean, forget all the intros. Just start yapping, right?
Why not?
Just let loose.
Negative reviews affect people more than the positive ones. That's why you need the positive ones.
Yes. Keep the positive reviews
but
coming.
I have not gone to a hotel because the review is bad. It's like, one guy's not happy. On the other hand, they'll write a full paragraph, and it's all based on the fact that they walked into the room and they were missing one towel from the rack.
Comedian, former cab driver, author of, what is it?
Follow that car.
Follow that car.
Nobody does a plug like Tom Shillue.
I know. Author of, what was that book?
This wasn't nearly like deplorables.
It was worse, and I'll tell you why. She was talking about the Trump supporter. She said Trump supporters are. She did the reverse of what Trump did with the immigrants when he said, rapists, this and that, and some of them are good people. She said Trump supporters. She said, some of them are just misguided. They don't understand, how I'm so much better than him. And then you have the basket of deplorables. She was talking specifically about Trump supporters. Hillary Clinton was talking about everybody that didn't vote for her, everyone who votes Republican, all those red areas in the country. Her part of the country is dynamic. The people who like her are they're diverse, they're optimistic, they're moving forward, and everyone else is racist. Racist. Hey, let's welcome Andrea from Salt Lake City. Andrea, were you watching OJ last night?
No, I don't really remember what I was doing last night.
Well, hypothetically, what were you doing if you were doing something?
No, I was out and about last night, so I ended up missing it, but...
You were out with Charlie?
Exactly. We all have that one-armed man.
Where did you park?
I don't remember, yeah.
Joe, you usually end up looking... Lately, you've been looking particularly energetic in the drawings.
I either look like I'm screaming, or I'm have my naked butt in the air getting spanked.
That's right. There's something... Somehow Tass is fond of drawing you in very little clothing.
Yeah, there was a series she did, like, how Picasso went through his blue period. There was a series of drawings where I was with my rear end up in the air. She once posted a picture. It was me in a robe holding a martini glass with a 1970s era Robert Plant dancing behind me.
Yes.
And I said to her, did I miss something on the show? And she goes, no, that's just what I felt like drawing.
Young guy who sounds just like Robert Plant.
There's three brothers and the best friend in the band.
Yeah.
This is so funny. I just heard that this weekend.
You did?
And I thought it was, as a Led Zeppelin fan, I'm embarrassed to admit that I thought it was Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, but they're writing original tunes, but it's like Zeppelin-esque.
Yes.
They wrote these songs when they were 15 years old. They're like 18 and 21 in the band.
Last year.
Yeah.
So they got an album. They're selling out everywhere. They're selling out like 3,000 seats in like 30 minutes. I haven't seen this in a rock band in forever. Greta Van Fleet. If you like Zeppelin and 70s rock, you'll like these guys.
Yeah. Babbling while we came back from the commercial. I wanted to tell the audience why.
Sure.
Ray was adjusting his cans, as we call them in the business.
And he got that money from Russian oligarchs. Okay,
No, but
so
that's
let's
like
find out
Nancy
why.
Pelosi,
How did
Harry
this guy
Reid, there's so
wind
many-
up on the campaign to begin with? Look, he's dirty.
We know why
I
he got
smell a rat.
a couple of months on the campaign, and we know why he was there, to wrangle delegates, because Trump hadn't got the delegates yet.
His only connection to Trump was he had an apartment in his building.
Exactly. And they said, he didn't know the guy. They said, oh, let's take Manafort. He knows he can knock some heads together.
Let's see.
But we know
Been out of
Manafort was a
politics since
lobbyist.
the 80s.
He was part of the swamp for years. Manafort, Stone, they had their lobbying firm.
The minute my parents told me you have to leave, I'd be gone. Not because they'd make me. Like, they're my parents. You have to do what they say. They'd make my life so horrible in the house that I'd have to go. I certainly wouldn't get $1,100 to
And
just
that's why
spend.
it is a little bit of failed parenting there.
Well,
they didn't do a
naturally,
good job.
It's not only failed parenting, they failed at evicting him. It's a funny time, isn't it?
You know what? It's fun, it's funny, and it's the best of times. And when this is over, it's never going to be this good again.
Yeah.
I firmly believe that.
He's lifted the bar, I think.
Well, the thing is that you have, among about half the country, though, there's nothing funny about the Trump presidency.
Oh, it's a tragedy for many people.
But that's what makes it funny.
Yeah, is that the glee? Is that, I had Jonah Goldberg in here the other day. You know Jonah Goldberg. He's a smart guy. He is a conservative thinker, but he certainly is, he's no love lost for Trump, right? Mm-hmm. Is that the phrase used? No love lost? What does that mean?
Yeah. Well, if you're Stormy Daniels, there's money involved. You don't just lose the love. Someone has to pay
or something had to happen. Obviously, when you're looking at pretty much, right?
Comes across as a nice guy.
Yes.
And he's Mr. Asexual on the red carpet. There's nothing.
He is. Look, I think I think he's going to.
I love you, Taz. Don't take it the wrong way, but I love you right now, baby.
I think Taz will make it up in the drawing. Taz will make it up in the drawing.
Make sure I have huge hands in the drawing, all right?
Yes, sir.
If you saw Michael Riedel, your testosterone would definitely drop. You'll be swell. You'll be great.
Why does it have that reputation? Come on, you're a red-blooded
I'm
man.
a straight guy, and I love Broadway. You can be straight and love Broadway. Trust me. Listen to a couple of Stephen Sondheim albums, and that testosterone will be really low.
Your name of the book is Razzle Dazzle. There's nothing straight about you, Riedel.
You know what, though?
Just because I dress like Liza Minnelli.
I think there's a lot of value to a lot of research on that.
You girls, you can't keep your mind on your studies with all the boys around. You're just thinking about dates
crazy.
and what your hair looks like, things like that.
It's literally all I thought about for 4 years. I did nothing else. I wrote all my papers on my hair and my nails and the boys. But I don't like this, like, that you have to allow girls to do this or that. But the conversation that's going on, it started a few years ago with single-sex schools about accepting transgender students, I do think is interesting and important to have. But if that's just, it's a boys' frat and a girl wants to join, why?
I think it's crazy with everything that's going on, especially what a lot of feminists are saying about colleges and the sexual harassment that goes on and the frat house kind of mentality. It's like an antelope saying, please, I want to go into the tiger cage.
Thing. It was a thing that we handled like adults in the workplace. Not something to be sued over, not something to be fired over. It takes more than one incident, and you have to know what you're doing is offensive.
I actually have a list of names that I call people that I don't know if they would be offensive. Do you want to hear a few?
Sure.
All right, so...
I want to see... I'm going to mark off how many of these you've called me.
All right, Sweetness.
That's on the... Yes.
I like it.
Bubsy.
What's that one?
Bubsy.
Okay.
Practice Girl.
Practice Girl?
I'm not sure what that means.
We'll skip that one then. Little Miss Succulent.
I have a problem with the Miss part. Little Ms. Succulent, I think, is more appropriate.
Ham Hock.
That's...
Donut Hole.
Fat shaming.
Donut Hole.
Donut Hole. That's for the gluten-free. I believe this is a family show.
So I'm just doing Gaggle Rock.
All right.
That's all I've got.
I sing songs.